Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor, and today I decided to go and review my latest knife purchase. And it's a Hibben Old West Bowie knife, Bloodwood Handle edition. Oh, lordy, look at that. I'm a huge fan of the Musso Bowie design, and I want to thank Donnie BLD for selling it to me. He was having a knife sale and he said he was selling this. I cannot believe he was selling this, to be honest with you, because it's a cool knife. But I said, if you still got it, I'll take it. So he shipped it to me ASAP. Okay, the model number of this blade, so if you want to go purchase one yourself, is GH5069. And the blade length from the tip to here is 14 inches long. Is made out of some sort of stainless steel. And the handle, the Bloodwood handle, is 6.5 inches long. I measured it that way because they said on the website on bugk.com, which I'll leave a link down in the description below for it, said it was 20.5 inches overall, so I figured the handle had to be at least 6.5 inches. And it comes with this nice looking leather sheath, but the only downside to it is it don't have one of those snap fasteners that goes around the handle, because if I put it in the sheath like this, now I won't do this myself, but you know, you can easily go like this. It shows that it's secure, but if you, okay, it's in there securely, but I did it earlier and it was like that, kind of loose, so I wouldn't do that, but you know it's in here securely. And plus, when you got it around your belt right here, this is the belt loop, it's just going to be hanging up like this anyway. So you know it's going to be in here for sure. Oh, and I forgot to mention that it also has a gold-plated blade catcher and handguard, which is... this blade actually reminds me of the knife used by Jim Bowie in the movie, or The Alamo. Not the original with John Wayne, but the one with Billy Bob Thornton. That's what I'm talking about, because he was playing Davy Crockett in the remake, and Jim Bowie pulled out a knife similar to this, and he said it's a dandy, all right. But I figured since I saw Donnie tested this on his video, I know this blade's going to hold up. And I'm going to leave a link also to his YouTube channel, to the video that he was testing this knife. So after you get done with mine, you can go look at his testing on this knife, and go subscribe to his channel and tell him that Jeffrey the Tin Man Taylor from Tin Man's Corner sent you. All right. So without further ado, let's go outside and test this big bad boy out. All right, folks. We're right by my testing log here. So I seen Donnie BLD do a drop test with this thing, so I'm going to try to do it. If not, it's probably not going to hold up on this log. But anyway, let's see what it'll do. And 3, 2, 1. Oh, I'll be darned. It's actually sticking to this log. I figure, you know, being a heavy blade, it would probably tip over. Whoa! Yeah, look at that. It can actually pick up a log with the tip, so let me see. No blade bending. So I know the blade ain't bent when I did that. So let me see if I can do some light chopping with this thing. All right, you see this big branch I just pulled up over here? I'm going to see if I can whack into it with this thing. So, let me try to chop some of these little branches off first. Oh, there goes one. 2, 3. All right, now let's do the big chopping here. Ow! Woo! I snapped the top part off without me chopping into it that hard. Whack my thumb. Luckily, I was holding it up here, so let me try it again. Oh yeah, this thing's got bite. I should have wore gloves while doing this, but anyway, you won't get my honest opinion holding this handle. I mean, I forgot to mention when I was holding it inside, this handle is actually really comfortable. Feels good in hand, even though it's like a rough out of a rectangle with a little bit of a grip to it. But yeah, this thing feels nice. I'm almost near the center of the stick, folks. Whoa, there we go. And the people that like to describe these things as wall hangers, they can cut, really. Now, look at that. Cut right through the stick. Okay. Now I'm going to do some basic feathering with this thing, if I can. Let me try to hold on. This is where you got to be careful at right here. If you're holding on near the bottom of the blade, if you can see that, where my finger's at, hold on to it tightly right near the blade guard. Oh yeah, look at that. If this is all you had in like a camping situation, then use it. And plus, if you had this in your tent, and let's say a bear comes prowling around, and they stick their head in the tent, you can pull this sucker out and go, whack! It'll scare them away for sure. Oh yeah. Anyway, you guys get the point right there. It can whittle. Woo! I can tell you, I would rather be wearing gloves to hold this knife, because for me, holding on to this thick handle for so long, it starts to wear down on your fingers. Like my hands are starting to get tired already from whacking this thing against the branch. All right. Let's do the stab test with this blade, shall we? I'm going to move the camera over here by this old shed door of ours. And let's see if this thing can stab without the tip bending. All right, folks. I'm going to take this big, gigantic Bowie knife and see if I can stab through this door without the tip bending, hopefully. So, here you go. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that this tip is really sharp when I put my finger near it. Ooh. So it does bite. And let me show you damage. Those marks right there are from this, right here, is from this big old Bowie knife stabbing through it. So, I could tell you that this thing can literally stab. I tell you what, let's go back to the porch and I'll give you my final thoughts. I was gonna do some batoning with this thing, but I don't want to take the risk in breaking this blade catcher right here. So let's go back to the porch, shall we? All right. Hope you guys enjoyed my review on this big old Musso. And I want to thank Donnie BL. Thank you again for shipping this thing out. I really appreciate it, brother. I really loved the Musso Bowie design, and I love how Gil made his interpretation. But trying to buy one online for, let's say, under the $200 range was impossible. But Donnie gave me a good deal on this one, so I said thank you. Also, like I said before in the beginning of this video, I'll leave a link to Bud Case so you can go purchase one brand new for yourself. And go check out Donnie BL's video on this knife. He was tested. And he mentioned in his video, I forgot to mention it in mine, that the handle, he thought it was a rat tail tang or something, but it's actually a hidden tang. In other words, the tang actually goes from here through the butt of the handle, and I think when Gil designed his original, it was used some sort of epoxy and just put it on there, forced it on there, so it's not going anywhere. But this is a United Cutlery version. Luckily, knock on wood, this thing ain't gonna break on me, and Donnie put it through the ring on his video. But also, and another thing, I mentioned that I did not want to do any batoning on the top of this thing to cut through a piece of wood, because I didn't want to take the risk of breaking this thing loose or even throwing it, because this is one heavy Bowie and I do not want to take the chance of throwing it into a tree and the tip bending or snapping or whatever. You see it in the show. I've seen a few episodes of it already, but the Adventures of Jim Bowie. He had a different style Bowie than this, but it had a blade catcher on it. But anyway, in the intro, it looked like he throwed it in like a wall and it was staying still perfect. But again, I'm not going to do that with this. This is a collector's item for me. But yeah, the Bowie knife. I'm glad Jim Bowie came up with this idea and get James Black to make it, this first Bowie. But I don't know if he used the Bowie knife like this in the Alamo. So if you guys are Bowie knife aficionados, let me know. Is this the type of Bowie knife that Jim used during the Battle of the Alamo? I hope you guys enjoyed my review. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications for more knife content like this. This has been another successful installment of the Tin Man's Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tin Man Taylor. I say that's a wrap, and have a nice day, and I wish you all the luck hunting down your favorite blades for your collection. This is definitely one of my new favorites right now. So, see you guys in the next one.